The story of the Canaanite woman is found in the Gospel of Matthew, chapter 15, verses 21 to 28. She was a Gentile woman, meaning she did not belong to the people of Israel. The Canaanites were a people who inhabited the region of Canaan, known for their idolatry and pagan practices. Because of this, they were viewed with suspicion and even contempt by the Jews. However, this woman stands out for her extraordinary faith, which transcended cultural and religious barriers. The Canaanite woman was facing a desperate situation. Her daughter was severely demon-possessed, suffering terribly. As a mother, she was willing to do whatever it took to see her daughter healed. It was in this context of pain and desperation that she heard about Jesus, the great master who was passing through the region of Tyre and Sidon. Driven by faith, she decided to seek Jesus, even knowing that, as a Gentile, she was not a priority in his ministry, which initially focused on the lost sheep of Israel. The story of the Canaanite woman teaches us powerful lessons about faith, persistence, and humility. In a world where we often feel disregarded, rejected, or hopeless, she shows us that genuine faith can move mountains. Her determination to seek Jesus, even in the face of apparent obstacles, inspires us to trust in God's power, even when circumstances seem unfavorable. This story invites us to reflect. How have we been dealing with the challenges in our lives? Have we sought God with the same persistence and faith that this woman demonstrated? The Canaanite woman seeks Jesus at a critical moment in his journey. Jesus had withdrawn to the region of Tyre and Sidon, however, even during this time of retreat. His fame regarding his miracles and his teachings about the kingdom of God was so great that news of his presence spread quickly. It was in this context that the Canaanite woman found him. She was not intimidated by the cultural or religious distance that separated her from Jesus. Her love for her daughter and her faith in his power drove her to seek him. When the woman approached Jesus, she cried out, "Lord, Son of David, have mercy on me. My daughter is demon-possessed and suffering terribly." At first, Jesus did not respond to her request. His silence may have seemed like rejection, but in truth, it was a test of faith. The disciples, on the other hand, were bothered by her insistence and asked Jesus to send her away. They likely didn't understand the depth of faith she was demonstrating. Despite Jesus' silence and the disciples' attitude, the Canaanite woman did not give up. She approached again, this time bowing before him in an act of humility and worship. Jesus then replied, "It is not right to take the children as bread and toss it to the dogs." That phrase could have discouraged many people, but the Canaanite woman was not offended. Instead, she responded with wisdom and faith. "Yes, Lord, but even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." Her response revealed not only humility, but also deep and unwavering faith. The woman's reply to Jesus was marked by deep humility and extraordinary faith. When Jesus said that it was not right to take the children's bread and give it to the dogs, she didn't argue or rebel. Instead, she acknowledged her position as a Gentile, but also expressed her trust in Jesus' goodness and generosity. She said, "Yes, Lord, but even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall from their master's table." This response showed that she understood that, even as a Gentile, she could receive God's blessings. The Canaanite woman not only demonstrated humility, but also recognized Jesus as the Messiah. She called him Lord, Son of David, a messianic title, indicating her belief in his divinity and power. Her faith was not superficial. It transcended cultural and religious barriers. She believed that Jesus had the power to heal her daughter, regardless of her background or status. Jesus was deeply moved by her faith. He said, "Woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you desire." That very moment, her daughter was healed. The woman's persistent and humble faith was rewarded with a miracle. This healing not only brought relief to her family, but also served as a powerful testimony of Jesus' power and mercy. What can we learn from the story of the Canaanite woman? The story of the Canaanite woman teaches us valuable lessons about faith, persistence, and humility. It shows us that genuine faith does not depend on our background, status, or circumstances, but rather on our unwavering trust in God's power, grace, and goodness. Even in the face of apparent obstacles and rejection, she did not give up. Her persistence and humility are examples we can apply in our lives today. In our own lives, we often face situations that seem impossible or desperate. We may feel overlooked, rejected, or hopeless. However, the story of the Canaanite woman reminds us that faith in Jesus Christ can move mountains. When we seek God with a humble and persistent heart, He responds in ways that go beyond our expectations. Persistence in faith, even when circumstances seem unfavorable, is a powerful testimony of our trust in God. We can apply the lesson of the Canaanite woman in several ways. Seek God with humility and persistence. Even when he seems silent, we must continue crying out and trusting in his goodness. Recognize Jesus as Lord and Messiah. Like the Canaanite woman, we should acknowledge Jesus as the only one who can deliver us from evil and give us a new and eternal purpose. Believe in the power of faith. Genuine faith can bring miracles and transformation in our lives and in the lives of those we love. The story of the Canaanite woman challenges us to reflect on our own faith. In the midst of life's difficulties, have we sought God with the same persistence and humility that she demonstrated, or have we allowed discouragement and doubt to distance us from him? May this story inspire you to strengthen your faith and trust in the power of Jesus, even when circumstances seem unfavorable. If this story touched your heart, share it with others. The faith of the Canaanite woman is a powerful testimony that can encourage many to seek Jesus. Also, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, don't forget to subscribe to receive more inspiring Bible stories that can transform your life and strengthen your faith. We would love to know how the story of the Canaanite woman has impacted you. Leave a comment sharing what you learned from this story and how it has influenced your faith journey. Your experience may be an encouragement to others who are also seeking God.